Hey tennis fans, welcome to another Tennis Express racket review. Today we're reviewing the Babolat Pure Strike 16x19. The all-new Babolat Pure Strike was redesigned from the ground up. These latest Pure Strikes were extensively tested under a different name to judge people's reactions for the new frame design. If you've ever heard of the Project One7 racket, well, here's its final form. Updated with a new string pattern derived from Babolat Play racket data, this new version of frame-string interaction technology focuses on power through a more open string pattern. These rackets also feature a new hybrid frame design for a more responsive racket.
This is one of the best Babolat rackets that I've hit with in a long time. Usually Babolat rackets don't sit with me all that well, but this one definitely had a great feel to it. Overall, I thought it was a great racket. I did try it with addiction strings, so it's a multi-filament string. The test racket here was a RPM 17. I think the RPM played a lot better than the addiction. I think it needed a little bit firmer string in the string bed just to kind of make it play a little more consistent and a little more stable. Overall, I think I'd recommend it for usually a little bit more on the advanced side of a player, maybe 4.0 plus player for the 16x19 version. The other versions maybe could be for a little bit lower, more maybe beginner style player. Overall, I think it was fantastic. If I were to make it my personal racket, I think I would add a little bit of weight to it, like I said, probably at 9 and 3 o'clock, maybe even just as little as 4 to 6 grams, something like that. I'd have to try it after that, but add a little bit of weight, most likely at 9 and 3 o'clock. And overall, yeah, I was very impressed with this racket.
All right, so here we've got Anna. What did you think of this Pure Strike?
I really like this Pure Strike. I'm not traditionally a Babolat player, but this racket I feel like we worked well together. So I play with the Head Prestige, and I like that racket because it's a little stiff. To compare the two, the string pattern on this one's a little different, but it still felt good. It did feel a little stiffer than the Pure Drive and the Arrow. I could be wrong. But that's how it felt, and I liked it a lot. Okay, if I was gonna recommend this racket, I would say really anyone who just kind of wanted to play. It's not too stiff where you have to like really use a lot of strength to drive the ball how you want to, and it's not such a feely racket where you touch it and the ball flies. I did notice a little bit of it. I don't know if maybe my serve was on today or whatnot, but when I was hitting with you, I felt like my serves were really well. I felt like they had some random spin on it. I don't know, maybe I was flicking the wrist a little more. I don't know, but it was good. I did feel like I played pretty well with this racket. My ground strokes were going where I wanted them to go. My serve was a lot better than it normally is, and I was able to put away some volleys, so I can't complain.
The Babolat Pure Strike 16x19 was definitely my favorite of the 3 new Pure Strikes. It's obviously a little heavier than the other 3, which is better for me. I usually enjoy a heavier racket. This one's right around my own Blade 98 in terms of weight, and so it's very easy to transition from my racket to this one. We had some Babolat RPM Blast 17 gauge in here. I thought it gave it a really good amount of spin with that new, more open FSI Power string pattern. I really liked it on my ground strokes. I got, like I was saying, plenty of spin on it, a lot of power. For a Babolat racket, this is what I would look for. I had reconstructive surgery on my arm, so I can't typically handle a really stiff racket with stiff poly. So that's why I typically play with a multi-filament now. But even with this, this frame had a lot of forgiveness to it. It felt just right for me. And this is definitely, out of all of the Babolat rackets that are out right now, my personal favorite. Thanks for tuning in to our Tennis Express racket review, and be sure to check out our other videos on our YouTube channel to stay up to date on all the latest news here at Tennis Express.